He's in love for sure, just a horny carnivore, working on his heart to show. Hey, what's the word? Welcome back to another episode of Sunday Sidecar, the series where we slur some magic words about last week's Tuesday Ukeday drop from yours truly, Uke Brute. This week's episode, Heart du Jour. Heart du Jour. This is a older one from the catalog. This one came up about in mid 2022, I think June 2022, right around the same time as First Sight Love. A great song. Just check out, if you haven't checked out, go check out the Tuesday Ukeday playlist. And it kind of has the same similar crazy vibe. Not crazy, but just kind of funny, wacky. I don't know, not even wacky. More of like a skis ball type of vibe. But I don't know, I think they're funny. I think they're both kind of have a similar funny song. And then of course, hey, sorry, he just had to wait even several minutes to start the video. Every time I get, hey, he just knows. Every time I start a video, he gets wild up. And it's not because I'm picking up the uke. I pick up the uke all the time and nothing. But once I kind of settle in for a video, dude just knows. It's airy. Also awesome. So yeah, back to Heart du Jour. Yeah. So okay. So 2022. I was writing it, and I haven't played this one in a while. It wasn't until the past couple weeks when I started rehearsing and relearning and preparing for the video for last week. And I was like, man, this is a pretty fun song. It's weird. I'm not a big fan of the lyrics and the refrain. I don't know, they just feel like placeholder lyrics, but they work. And I don't know, the muses haven't given me anything else. They haven't said anything else about it. So if they're satisfied, what can I do about it, right? But this is Heart du Jour. The chord progression, it's fun. I think it's really easy. It's 12 chords, really kind of simple, actually. D, G, and then this is a G suspended 4 or so, Mr. Leonard tells us. So D, G suspended 4, G suspended 4, G. And I don't know what this is, it's just the tip of the G. I was looking it up and I can't find it. Sometimes I swear that Mr. Hal, Leonard, they rearrange those chords in the book every time you look at it. Because I swear I've seen these chords in there before. Okay, back to it. So it's like D, G suspended 4, G suspended 4, G. Tip of the G, F, and then my fave, as you know, F plus C, C, G, A7. And it's just kind of like a spiral. Just kind of like swoop, circles around, and then back up, swoop. A little spiral. Is it the golden ratio? Mayhaps. Am I ever going to know? No, it doesn't matter. A lot of this comes down to the strum, though, too. I remember even when I was working on it back in 2022, the strum was really something I was trying to nail because I had several different versions. I know it kind of sounds similar, but there is a difference. It just kind of, that one's just mostly down strums, and this one, the one I went with ultimately is more of a up and down strum. But it still starts with that double down strum, which, at the time I really liked. I remember coming up with it. But as I've been playing the past couple weeks, it does really remind me of I couldn't nail it, and I was like, oh, what is that? And I think it sounds a lot like, wait. What I like about you, hey, you make me go on. Well, that's what I like about you. Maybe, I don't know, but the rest does not sound like that, just that initial one. Anyway, so that is the chord progression. I remember so finally when I settled on that strum, I wanted to write a song about an asshole. Just, you're an asshole. And so I started with, and I distinctly remember the first line was, he speeds up for red lights. Because that's just a total asshole. Who speeds up for red lights? A lot of people do. Assholes. And then it kind of just grew out of that. And at one point, I think maybe by the end of that, by the time I wrote that, even though now the fourth verse, or the first verse of the second stanza, that he speeds up for red lights and rocks blue blockers all night till he lives by your bedside. So I had, the first line was he speeds up for red lights, and then by the end of that stanza or that verse, the asshole turned more into a sleaze bag, shade ball character, and that's where Heart du Jour emerged. I know I already mentioned I really don't like the refrain lyrics, so they feel like placeholders, but I do really like the verses, the lyrics and verses. I thought they came out pretty well, and I hadn't read this one or come across or revisited this one in a while, and I was like, hey, you know what? These are quite all right. The one-shot hat trick. It's magic, right? Who can do that? Or just even the love leaks from his every pore like fresh dew in the early morn, dripping down all the roses' thorns. It's melancholy and kind of, high schoolish, but it works well for the song, and that's what, kind of matters, I guess, for me. Yeah. Or just, like the white lies fill up his eyes, fueled by mental dynamite, blowing up his pyrite mind. Pyrite is, fake gold. So yeah, that is Heart du Jour. I don't really have much more else to say about that other than, what was the, I guess I can go into the, so that refrain, even though I don't like, it's, maybe I don't even know how much I care for the, so this would be, it starts off with C, and then G7 suspended 4, or at least that's what Hal tells us, and then G minor, and back to that tip of the G that we never quite figured out from the verses. So, but then once it goes into the second time around, it starts with the G suspended 7 and drops into C. And maybe I'll put the chords in the notes. Well, still missing that one tip of the G. If you know, please, by all means, share it. And by all means, please, check out the description for Heart du Jour, or the link down in the description. So many people watch these and they don't go back to the song. And I always wonder why. But, again, who cares? It doesn't matter, so long as you guys are having a good time and you're enjoying yourself, and and so we're bruting our ukes, so to speak. So, as always, I appreciate you all for tuning in, as you do. Hope you enjoyed, and please check back soon for another ditty from Uke Brute.